the stamina. Boss Doyle leads in next dual inside.
Yes, he does, in the orange and green jacket from Teatral on the near side, and Splendid in the maroon close-up, and also Gier de Cochet in the yellow sleeve jacket as they rise at flight number 1. Barracuda held up towards the outside in the early stages. Green and yellow hoops of JP McManus. Thierry Dumain just looking behind to see where one or two of the others are. There aren't too many behind him. On to the second, Boss Doyle and Teatral, with Dino's Beano close up, and then on the inside Splendid, Telemos and Gier de Cochet in the noseband now poking through. Carlavant on the outside, followed by Telemos in an orange cap as they clear flight number 3. And a faller Brother Joe is down at that. Brother Joe departs at flight number 3. Quite a well-fancied horse. A gasp of disappointment from quite a few of the punters. The horse seemed to get up all right. Ruby Walsh is okay as well. He's up on his feet. On to the next, Gier de Cochet and Boss Doyle disputing it now. From Teatral on the inside, then Splendid and Dino's Beano, and then Telemos and Carlavant on the outside. Bano Bay and the Blues. There's Ruby Walsh walking away from that fall from Brother Joe. Back with the race, Gier de Cochet and Boss Doyle 1 and 2. Teatral, Carlavant, Dino's Beano, Telemos, Splendid on the inside. Bano Bay in the blue jacket, the lighter cap, Charlie Swan, held up a bit worse than the midfield. On the outside, yellow cap, Montalcino, the grey Pelagos. And then towards the rear, bounce back with the patiently ridden Barracuda today. And behind Barracuda only, It Takes Time and St Talbot. Takes Time, ridden well off the pace by Toady McCoy. Down towards the next flight. Gier de Cochet in the centre. Teatral on the inside, but it was still Boss Doyle who rose first in the orange sleeve jacket. Followed by Dino's Beano and Splendid on the rail. Telemos, nose banded out wide, Carlavant. Then Effectual tucked away from Bano Bay and Pelagos, and then Montalcino in the pink jacket bounced back towards the rear. It Takes Time, Barracuda, and finally Sir Talbot. On the run to flight number 6, with just over a circuit to go in this Bonusprint stayers hurdle. And it's Boss Doyle who's going to rise first once again from Gier de Cochet. Carlavant on the outside. A faller Sir Talbot. A tumbling fall there. Good to see the old horse get up. He seems none the worse, Sir Talbot. Nasty looking fall for Timmy Murphy. Keep you abreast of his condition. Meanwhile, the others pass the stands. Gier de Cochet, Boss Doyle, Carlavant, Dino's Beano, Teatral and Splendid the inside, then Telemos and Pelagos and Bano Bay, Montalcino, Effectual. Barracuda is now absolutely last under Thierry Dumain. He doesn't look too worried. The horse seems to be going all right, but he's got nothing but green grass behind him as they run down the back straight. The favourite Stone Bonking last, and here's the next flight, flight number 7. Boss Doyle, Gier de Cochet, Carlavant on the outside, and then Splendid from Teatral. Dino's Beano is being pushed along, and then Pelagos, the grey, Telemos, Bano Bay, bounce back. It Takes Time, moves forward. Barracuda's passed a couple now. Effectual in rear with Montalcino labouring. Continue along the back straight. Timmy Murphy still being attended to on the landing side of what will be the final flight as they jump this next one. Montalcino jumping raggedly in the rear. There's It Takes Time in the blue and green. Barracuda on his outside. They're making headway together as the field pack up now, climbing to the top of the course. And on to the next flight then. This is flight number 10 they're coming to. It's 3 out, and it's Gier de Cochet from Boss Doyle. Splendid on the inside, then Carlavant and Telemos. After these is Bano Bay, and after that was Pelagos and Dino's Beano as well. They're going to miss the final flight here, so they've only got one flight left to take. They're doling off that final flight because Timmy Murphy is still being treated on the landing side following his fall from Sir Talbot. A long way still to go, but only one more to jump, and then there'll be a run-in with a turn of the best part of a half mile. And it's Gier de Cochet and Telemos with Carlavant, and then Splendid. Bano Bay just in behind them, the blue jacket. It Takes Time, bounce back on the inside. Timmy Murphy has got to his feet now, and they're removing the dolls. They're going to jump the last after all. Down towards 2 out. Carlavant, Gere de Cochet, and then Telimos is right there too. Splendid on the inside. Bano Bay in behind them. Baracouda is out wide and beginning to close now, and he looks strong as well, does the French horse. As they run towards the final turn, it's Telimos, Bano Bay travelling strongly. Also, It Takes Time. Then Gere de Cochet, Baracouda just ran into the back of It Takes Time there. They straighten up now. A long run to the final flight is Telimos, Brian Harding, Bano Bay, Charlie Swan. He's got lots of horse under him, chased hard by It Takes Time and Baracouda and Thierry Dumaine, a horse that stays very, very well. They run to the final flight. Bano Bay is tackled by Baracouda on the inside. They rise together. Baracouda challenging Bano Bay. Then It Takes Time back in third. Baracouda on the inside, still going well. Bano Bay is trying to fight off the French horse, but very confidently ridden Baracouda by Thierry Dumaine. Now he asks the horse to go and win the race, and win the race he does from Bano Bay. They're clear of It Takes Time. Then Telimos and Bounce Back and Splendid and Gere de Cochet, Dino's Bino and Carlavant, a gap to Boss Doyle. And after Boss Doyle was Montalcino, Pelagos and Effectual. Tremendous race for this Bonusprint Stayers hurdle. Thierry Dumaine has had his critics in this country, but he's ridden a very confident race here to win and looks highly delighted. Timmy Murphy had that fall from Sir Talbot. He's walking back with the Jockey Club's doctor, Dr. Michael Turner, and he looks okay after that fall. Thierry Dumaine ecstatic after his narrow win on Baracouda, a horse that's still unbeaten in this country. He rode the horse with tremendous confidence. He rode him like a top-class horse. He didn't do a tap in front Baracouda, but he was always holding Bano Bay in the final climb to the line.
Go on, go on.
Baracouda, criticised by Fatel for bookmakers going odds on for so long. Odds on this morning, back down with Corals, returned an amazing 13-8. Favourite Baracouda did touch 7-4 on the course and wins by a neck and 13 lengths. Baracouda, Barry Dennis's Bismarck, bookmakers to a man, took Baracouda on. They are now going to pay for that. Bano Bay, so well back down to 2-1 favourite, was runner-up. But it Takes Time third at 12-1. Baracouda, the 16th favourite of 52 runnings to win the Bonusprint Stayers. In the 90s, Doran's Pride, Balasani on an objection, and King's Curate. And you go back to the only odds-on chance ever to run in the Bonusprint Stayers, Spam for Ireland, who won it odds-on in 1948. But Baracouda, I have to say, all along the banker of the meeting, many other people do. The judges fielded against it, and they have now had to pay out at 13-8. A colossal return, wins the Bonusprint Stayers, the champion stayer without a doubt.
So many good races, but it was a quality race, and he's given it a wonderful ride.
And you couldn't blame young Mr. Dumaine if he is on this occasion a little